How Circuit City collapsed. Circuit City was once one of the largest electronics stores in the United States. For many years, people went there to buy TVs, computers, stereos, and video game systems. At its peak, Circuit City had more than 700 stores and tens of thousands of employees. But by 2009, the company was gone. This is the story of how Circuit City collapsed, step by step. What Circuit City was. Circuit City started in 1949 as a small TV repair business. Over time, it grew into a large retail chain that sold consumer electronics. The stores were big. They had wide aisles, bright lights, and lots of displays. Circuit City was known for selling new technology as it became popular, like DVD players, flat-screen TVs, and home computers. For a long time, the business worked well. People needed electronics, and Circuit City was one of the easiest places to buy them. How Circuit City made money. Circuit City made money in three main ways. 1. Selling electronics at a profit. 2. Offering extended warranties. 3. Providing in-store service and advice. Employees were trained to explain products and help customers choose what to buy. This service was important because electronics were confusing for many people. But this system also cost a lot of money. Large stores were expensive to operate. Skilled employees were paid more than minimum wage. Inventory had to be stocked and updated often because electronics change quickly. As long as sales stayed strong, these costs were manageable. When sales slowed, problems began. Retail was changing. In the early 2000s, the retail world began to change. Big box stores like Walmart and Target started selling electronics for lower prices. Online shopping also grew fast, especially through Amazon. Online stores had fewer costs. They didn't need large buildings in every city. They didn't need as many employees. They could often sell the same products for less money. Customers began using physical stores differently. Many people would visit Circuit City to look at products, then buy them online for a lower price. This is called showrooming. Circuit City still had to pay rent, utilities, and staff, even when customers didn't buy anything. Sales slowly declined. Price competition hurt profits. Electronics already have thin profit margins. This means stores do not make much money on each item sold. As prices dropped across the industry, Circuit City had to match competitors to keep customers. This reduced profits even more. At the same time, electronics became more common and easier to understand. Customers didn't need as much help choosing products, which reduced the value of in-store service. Circuit City's costs stayed high, but its profits went down. Debt became a bigger problem. To keep operating and expanding in earlier years, Circuit City took on debt. Debt means borrowed money that must be paid back with interest. When sales were strong, paying this debt was manageable. As sales fell, debt payments became harder to handle. Circuit City still had to make regular payments to lenders, even when stores were losing money. This reduced cash that could have been used to improve stores, upgrade systems, or lower prices. Debt limited flexibility. The company had fewer options to respond to changes in the market. Major layoffs hurt the business. In 2007, Circuit City made a major decision. The company laid off about 3,400 of its most experienced and highest-paid employees. These workers were replaced with lower-paid employees. The goal was to reduce costs. But this move caused serious problems. Experienced employees knew the products well and could help customers make decisions. New employees often had less training and knowledge. Customer service declined. Shoppers noticed the difference. At the same time, employee morale dropped. Workers felt less loyal to the company, and turnover increased. Instead of fixing problems, this decision made stores less competitive. Stores were not updated. Many Circuit City stores were old and outdated. Competitors like Best Buy invested in newer layouts, better lighting, and more interactive displays. These changes made shopping easier and more appealing. Circuit City did not invest enough in store upgrades. The shopping experience felt less modern compared to competitors. This made it harder to attract customers who wanted to explore new technology in person. Without strong in-store appeal, Circuit City lost one of its biggest advantages. Online strategy was weak. As online shopping became more important, Circuit City struggled to keep up. Its website was less competitive than major online retailers. Inventory systems were not well connected between stores and online sales. Customers could not easily check local stock or pick up online orders in stores. Competitors invested heavily in online tools and logistics. Circuit City did not move fast enough. This made the company less relevant as shopping habits changed. The 2008 financial crisis. In 2008, the U.S. economy entered a major recession. People spent less money, especially on non-essential items like electronics. Credit became harder to get. This hurt businesses already struggling with debt. For Circuit City, this was a major blow. Sales dropped sharply, losses increased, debt payments became even harder to manage. The company tried to close underperforming stores, but it was too late. Bankruptcy and shutdown. In November 2008, Circuit City filed for bankruptcy. This meant the company could not pay its debts and needed legal protection while trying to reorganize. The plan was to close some stores and keep others open. But sales continued to fall. Suppliers became hesitant to ship products. Customers lost confidence in the brand. In January 2009, Circuit City announced it would shut down all remaining stores. By March 2009, the company was gone. What went wrong? Circuit City collapsed because of several connected problems. Retail shifted toward online and lower-cost competitors. Profit margins shrank as prices fell. High debt limited flexibility. Cost-cutting decisions hurt customer service. Stores were not updated to stay competitive. Online systems failed to meet changing customer needs. The financial crisis accelerated existing weaknesses. No single mistake caused the collapse. It was a series of problems that built up over time. The end of Circuit City. Circuit City did not fail overnight. It slowly lost its place as the retail world changed. By the time major changes were needed, the company no longer had the money, time, or flexibility to adapt. That is how Circuit City collapsed.